This episode was made possible thanks to generous supporters on Patreon. Good day, guitar fellows, and welcome to another episode of Dr. Zerner's Guitar Lab. Do you wonder how those harmonic squeals are produced and what's the magic behind it? If so, this video is right for you because today I'm going to explain everything you need to know about artificial harmonics, so let's get started. Every sound you hear in your life has harmonics, and the harmonics are the accompanying pitches that sound together with the main tone. If you take a string and divide it into 2, 3, 4, 5 and so forth, and you place a finger on these spots, what you get is what we call flageolet, and the term flageolet comes from the French word flageolet, which is used to signify a type of tin whistle similar to the flute, which was invented in 1581 by Sieur Juvigny. And these flageolets represent the actual harmonics that I'm talking about. The reason why the term flageolet remains in use is because the way the woodwind instruments function is by utilizing the natural harmonic series. If we take flute, for example, I can play several different notes using the same fingerings and only changing the airflow. The same thing applies to the guitar, but with slightly different mechanics. When we put the finger on the 12th fret, we are confining the string to vibrate only by its half and all the smaller divisions. Therefore, the note that we hear is the second harmonic and not the main pitch that is produced by the full length of the string. Respectively, if we put the finger on 1/3 of the string, which is 7th fret and 19th fret, we get the third harmonic. 1/4 of the string gives us the fourth harmonic, 1/5 of the string gives us the fifth harmonic, and so forth. If we apply the same logic to the fretted note, then we need to find the middle of the sounding length of the string, which should be somewhere around here. And here it comes the sorcery of the fret placement and the magic of the 12th root of 2, which is the secret behind the 12 tone equal temperament. Thanks to that, the middle of the sounding length, when we fret a note, happens to be a note that is an octave higher. So if this is A, the middle of the sounding length is 1 octave higher, respectively, again, the note A. The third harmonic happens to be an octave and a perfect fifth above the main pitch, which is just how the harmonic series happens, which is something that you can see on this scheme. And luckily, it also matches the same interval on the fretboard, in this case perfect fifth above the fretted note. You can use these two, the octave and the fifth, to find your way around and to experiment all over the neck because they are very easy to find since they match the fretted notes. This, however, is not the case with the higher harmonics. If we move to the fourth harmonic, it's 2 octaves above the main pitch, but this time it doesn't match the fretted notes. So this is just something that you need to memorize. The fifth harmonic is 2 octaves and a major third above the main pitch. And it's placed 1 fret beyond the fourth harmonic. So you can just remember that these two are placed right after the third harmonic here. And they are pretty easy to visualize. 2 frets and 1 more fret. You can get access to the full chart of these harmonics and other useful materials on my Patreon page up here and on the link down in the description, where you can have membership starting as low as $3 per month, so consider supporting me there. There are several techniques to produce artificial harmonics, and I will address them here, at least the ones that I've encountered in my practice. You can eventually invent even new ones.
A somewhat unfamiliar conception for the average mind.
So the basic principle is that you touch the string at the correct spot with the soft tissue of your finger, or anything else that's soft enough to produce such thing. The most commonly used type of artificial harmonic is the pinch harmonic. And you can hear this in pretty much every metal riff out there. The next type is the tapping harmonic, or something that I call the Van Halen technique. It's produced by tapping at the harmonic point with the soft tissue of your fingertip, which looks like tapping, hence the name. I personally use this quite often, but there is one downside of it, and it's that they're very hard to produce beyond the neck. Which leads us to the third technique, which I call the stiff Morse technique. It's executed by placing your fingertip, the index finger, on the harmonic spot and then picking the note behind the finger. This, of course, requires you to hold the pick between your thumb and your middle finger, which requires some practice. But the results definitely worth it. Another form of this technique is the so-called harp harmonics by Eric Johnson, which he uses to make these very interesting and very specific arpeggiated chords, which sounds like harp, and this is where the name comes from. Today's exercise for you is to pick up a simple melody and to try to play it only with harmonics, choosing whatever technique you prefer, or in the best case scenario, all of them, and to play this melody with all of the harmonics that you can produce. If you can go up to the fifth, it's great. So that's everything for today's episode. I hope you find it useful. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like what I do, consider supporting me on Patreon up here and on the link in the description. Also, subscribe to my channel and click the bell button to get informed when I upload new video. See you next time, and remember, practice makes perfect.